What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room, hitting the light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. So you remember, it was about a week ago, I talked a little bit about this post where this, I guess, supposed to be newbie, whether she was going to be a peach holder or a friend of, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Tiffany, I believe her name is Tiffanyrose. She did a post where she was pretty much shading Kenya being fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she exposed that Kenya allegedly got her off of the show and not to be considered because she did not want her to be a direct competitor on the show and also coming for her because they're in the similar industries, in the beauty industry. Now, while I understand if that was the truth, while I talked about it, I said I understand Kenya's feelings because even though there's more than enough room out here for everyone to succeed, it's already enough to operate a business. So to be on a show where you have somebody where that's their sole purpose for coming on is because they're in the same or similar industry and they're going to use this person to be coming at you for negativity, I wouldn't want that either. Because I'm also in the same industry, and I'll tell you, the beauty industry is extremely ugly. I've done a podcast for years, and I used to just talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of the industry that they call beauty. But I stopped doing that because it's dark. But one of the things that I always said is the beauty industry can be extremely ugly. And it's true. It doesn't have to be that way, but people, they choose their actions and they choose how they operate. So I can understand that it's already enough being in the industry and doing your best and doing your hardest to do well. But then to have somebody who's going to be coming at you for the sake of ratings, and also for the sake of trying to shine a negative light on someone when it's like this business is your livelihood. Nobody wants to have to deal with that type of stuff. So I understood it. But now it's being said that she's making it known that she's back filming after Kenya's departure. So she says some fell off the boat to make room for that hashtag new. Listen, I'm going to tell you, to me, even though I don't agree with what Kenya did and I feel that she has to pay the price and the repercussions of her actions is what the result has been, I don't have an issue with that. But I also don't like this cattiness. And that's why I just kind of feel like they just need to scrap the Real Housewives of Atlanta this new season. I don't know what they need to do. But in my personal opinion, I just feel that Atlanta is just, whatever. Because what is it going to be? People coming on the show. They already probably have a good bit of followers, but they do it so that they can get more social exposure, more social media followings, more business, because they either already have a business or they're going to be aspiring to start something else. That's what it's become. And that is just so old and recycled. I'm over it, and I just don't care. I don't. Some people might, but I'm just basically saying how I feel about it. And her doing this post to say that some fell off the boat to make room for that new. Girl, they're using you. They scrapped you. And now that Kenya's not there anymore, now you're okay with coming back on. And again, what is it going to give? You promoting your businesses and your brands and being shady, going out to dinners, going on little girls' trips, being catty and shady towards each other. I just am over it. I've been watching some of the old seasons of the Real Housewives of Atlanta from back in the day, and I'm telling you, I loved it. I used to love it. And then over time, things just got oh, God, really? Oh, you said that? Ouch. Why? You know what I mean? And so I'm not one of those people that feels like they need to bring NeNe back, because NeNe, she kind of did some things to seal the deal with that being done. I just don't feel that she needs to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta either. I'm not saying that she did what Kenya did, but I'm just basically saying that we can't just have amnesia and forget that she started being dismissive of it, not wanting to really cooperate, not really wanting to participate. And some people are trying to make the excuse to say, well, the reason she was acting like that is because people were racist and people were this and people were that. And it's like, well, she was one of the main participants saying who they needed to get rid of and who they needed to, fire. And maybe she didn't use those words. But I'm just saying, so we can't forget those things. But this isn't about NeNe. I'm just basically saying that the show used to be good. I feel that time is over. I'm actually looking forward to the new season of The Real Housewives of Orange County, which is actually the OG of all of the Housewives franchises. I started watching it when that was coming on. And although it honestly was kind of boring, but it had its moments, but it was real. And it was supposed to be about life behind the gates in Orange County. And over the years, it's gotten petty, it's gotten messy, it's gotten, a number of different things. But there's honestly something different about Orange County than what currently is going on with these people in Atlanta. And I'm not talking about the ethnicity of anyone. I'm talking about the circumstances and situations. But speaking of circumstances and situations, Sheree, which to me, I'm like, why is the paparazzi in Atlanta? I guess some people could say, well, Atlanta, they have the Tyler Perry studios. You have the housewives down there. You do have some people that are on television. So maybe they're down there to see what they can catch and catch people in the moment. But this is from TMZ. Now, I don't think of TMZ in Atlanta, so that's why I'm just kind of feeling like, was this a setup? Was this a scheme that Todd set up to come at us with the BS? Because TMZ allegedly caught, but I feel like it was something that was scheduled and set up, caught Sheree in front of the grocery store coming out, and then they're asking her about having an OG on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, do they think she would come back? Or does she think, or would she consider coming back to the show? Which to me, it's like, well, they didn't offer you what you wanted, so they're not really considering you. That's my personal opinion.
Hey, Sheree. Hey. So what's your reaction to Kenya Moore leaving Real Housewives?
God, I need to see my girl Kenya go out like that, but as an OG, it's kind of hard to sit back and watch the show kind of slowly sink the way it is. So I'm not happy. I don't like it.
You got any advice for her going forward?
Advice for Kenya? Listen, Kenya is a savage. I know she's not going down easy or quick, so we just gotta sit back and wait and see what happens.
You ever thought about going back?
As an OG, yeah. I always feel like an OG's presence is always welcome or needed on the series, no matter what capacity. So I never say never. If the coin is right, I just might.
And what do you think that would need to be?
The money. The money. She's all about her money, her paper.
And why'd you leave?
Why did I leave? Because the coin wasn't right.
All right, you heard that. She said the coin wasn't right. They weren't willing to pay her what she was asking for, but can you blame them? Why would they bring Sheree back again? I don't know why they brought her back the last time, but the fake relationship with Hotel Holt, the being messy and the bone collector, bone carrier stuff, it's like, that is so lame. And so why would they bring her back and pay her even more money for what? She couldn't even allow that fake relationship to act like it was actually a thing, last through the reunion, and then some little story comes out online on one of these online blogs to say that Sheree and Hotel Hope broke up. Like, we knew it was fake. We knew it wasn't real. But to continuously bring her back in for what? Sheree has always dropped the ball when it comes to success and making that platform work for her. To be on that show all of those years, I was actually rooting for her at one point. When she did the first She by Sheree showing, whatever that was, like Dwight said, a fashion show with no fashions, I was like, kind of, she hired somebody, they didn't pan out well, but she wanted to go along and move forward. So she decided to just have a viewing of sketches and what she was on, planning on doing. So I tried to root for her with that. How long ago was that? What was that? 2008, 2009? Then she actually had a real showing when Dwight helped her to have that runway show. And it looked really good. She by Sheree was supposed to be a fashion line of designs that she created for women that were custom pieces, not so much couture, but custom pieces and things that people could wear that were professional. Like, if you remember that fashion show, you know what I'm talking about. And then the next season, she came back and she was talking about she's put that on pause so that she can pursue her real passion, which was acting. And we were like, what? Where is this coming from? And then she was in some little Chitlin Circuit play on that episode, but you never heard anything about her pursuing acting after that. Honestly, the acting just continued to be the bad showing of her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and not showing and proving that she is a real boss. But she always wanted to act as if she was this professional person. And, even Kenya said she's the most fired housewife in history to be fired so many times. And so last season, when she did the showing of She by Sheree, which was going to be her activewear, Sheree dropped the ball. She could have been doing this fitness thing and activewear line situation a long time ago, because Sheree has always had, from what we have seen, a killer body. Now, whether she had a BBL or a butt injections or not, I've heard those things. I don't know how true that is. But honestly, I don't really care. But we know that either way, whether she had those enhancements or not, she's a fit woman. You have Phaedra, of all people, who isn't an obese or even fat woman, but she was doing a workout video with Apollo. And I'm like, why isn't Sheree doing that? Why didn't she do that before Phaedra even considered it? Phaedra was doing the donkey booty workout, and then what Phaedra and Kenya were trying to do with the production situation didn't work out, so Kenya was going to do the stallion booty workout, which she did actually do something. So you had two people on the show who were not even known for fitness, which was Phaedra and Kenya, to do these things, and Sheree never even attempted. She's dropped the ball on so many occasions. She could have been doing workout videos. She could have had an app where she was helping people with their fitness and working out and stuff like that. You have all of these people out here who we know nothing about that are doing these things. This woman has been given a platform that was huge on Bravo, on a Housewives franchise, where now you have people like this chick, tiffanyrose, who are killing to be on these shows because they know that it can help to boost and launch, if not already launched, if they haven't already launched, I should say, help to boost their businesses and their brands, because technically it's marketing that they're getting paid for. Those of us who are in business, we have to pay for marketing. We have to pay for advertising. You get the opportunity to be on the show where they're paying you and you get to promote your stuff. Now, they may have the Bravo clause where they're going to get 10% of your business. What is 10%? Because honestly, with advertising costs being what they are, you can't beat that. I don't have any desire to be on a reality show, but I would gladly have the opportunity to work with a company where they're going to market and promote my business, and they would get 10% of what I make versus me having, because advertising and marketing, you have to pay for that whether you get any business from it or not. So I just don't think that people like Sheree, they have good business sense. And you can tell that, she wanted to be a kept woman. She kept, for some time talking about how she wanted 7 figures in her divorce settlement. And Bob was just shutting her down on every single occasion, letting her know that you're not worth it. You don't deserve it. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even going to pay you child support. That's dirty. That's cruel. I'm not saying that I'm okay with that, but I'm just basically saying that she was never about her business like that. Her attorneys repossessed her car. I think she had a Maserati or whatever it was because she wasn't paying the attorney's fees. And then just a bunch of other stuff that she's been just terrible about when it comes to dropping the ball with paying bills and things. So she's just never been good when it comes to that type of stuff. So I just feel that her wanting to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta it's almost just like you're lazy. You just want to be on the show, get your little check, show up for your scenes, go on the dinners and lunches and brunches and girls' trips that they have planned. You show up, you try to collect some bones and spread them out and do whatever you do, but you're not about your business. I don't get it. And I would be interested to know, I don't have a desire to live like that, but it would just be interesting to know, how does she really afford to live the lifestyle that she's living when you haven't really ever had, for what we can see, consistency in your income? I'm just saying, inquiring minds want to know, and my mind is inquiring. So guys, I just wanted to talk about that briefly. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.